number 11, okay, and that is regarding main terms and subterms. Okay, I'm going to go pop back and forth if I see any questions or whatnot. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Going to number 11. Oh, and I need, let me see, let me open up Find a Code here also. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I want to point one thing out too as well. Now, if you have this in your hands physically, this is when you would follow these instructions of placing a double underline below the main terms and a single underline below any subterms in each of the following statements, and then determine the correct codes. However, since you are not writing this manually with a pen or pencil, you have your keyboard. So therefore, in Connect, which we are in, for each diagnosis, identify the main terms, any subterms, and then indicate the correct code in the spaces provided. So this is your instruction right here, okay? So disregard the first instruction. As it is manually, you have the Connect version, the keyboard version, so you will be using these instructions, okay? And you're going to type the diagnosis, the main term, the subterm, and the code into these boxes, all right? All right, let's get started. So first of all, if you're having confusion or misunderstanding with regarding main terms and subterms, I always like to look at it as like the actual condition or the actual condition, diagnosis, or what the person has. Okay, so therefore, your main term is basically identifying the patient's condition. Okay, or basically it's the major term in the diagnostic or the diagnosis statement. Okay, your subterm, okay, that is going to be directly underneath the main term, and that identifies different organs in the diagnosis, different anatomical sites, the etiology, or even the clinical status. Okay, so the subterm is just like the anatomical site or etiology, clinical status, different organs, things of that nature. But again, the main term is going to be the actual condition. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. So as we get started, okay, so I'm not going to go through all the answers with you. I'm just going to go through half of them. So I'll be going over letters A through D. Okay, again, I'm going through A through D. All right, so first we have cerebral atherosclerosis. All right, now remember, I said the main term is the actual condition. So in this case, it's cerebral atherosclerosis. Okay, and here's another helpful hint that always assists me also. So just to give you a clue, again, I'm in my Clickadex alphabetic index via Find a Code. Okay, so let's just, for kicks and giggles, let's try cerebral. Okay, we can tell this is not a main term. Okay, it doesn't have any subterms underneath it. We doesn't have a green plus sign here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to atherosclerosis. Okay, here's atherosclerosis. That's going to be our main term because it does have a plus sign with several other options here, subterms. Okay, so therefore we can type in, okay, so atherosclerosis. And then of course our subterm will be cerebral. Okay, now let's go ahead and go on to our Find a Code to type in the actual code for cerebral atherosclerosis. Okay, so let's go cerebral atherosclerosis, and make sure, I always uncheck CPT modifiers HCPCS and leave what I am looking for up, which is ICD-10. Okay, we have one complete match. We know that's the one. However, I always like to click on a hyperlink just in case. Cerebral atherosclerosis, atheroma of cerebral and pre-cerebral artery. So this is our correct code for cerebral atherosclerosis. Okay, so I-67.2. And I just want to stress the fact that you should always try to differentiate between I and the number 1, because it is easy. I understand it's easy to mix the two up. However, in this case, especially for coding, you have got to make sure and type in the correct code, whether it's a letter or a number. In this case, it's a letter I. So it's I-67.2, not 1, but an I-67.2. Okay, I just want to stress that, how important it is. So again, it's I-67.2. All right? Okay, now moving on to letter B, which is spasmodic asthma with status asthmaticus. Now, in this case, okay, we have spasmodic asthma with status asthmaticus. Now, the condition in this statement is, of course, what? Asthma. Okay. All right. So we know that's the main term. And I always like to go in my Clickadex here and go asthma. There we go. Okay. There's several subterms. Okay. Okay, all right, so, and we know that our subterm, what type of asthma? Spasmodic asthma with status asthmaticus, okay? So therefore, again, what did I tell you in the beginning? The subterm, it differentiates the organs, the anatomical site, the etiology or clinical status. So there we go, status asthmaticus. Okay, so again, the subterm would be status asthmaticus. All right. Okay. And now let's type this into our find a code. It's always helpful to just play around with the Clickadex as well too. It'll give you, multiple codes and so you can differentiate between what the main term is and what the subterms below it are. Okay. Okay, so there are several complete matches here for spasmodic asthma with status asthmaticus. So let's click on the first one here. All right. Unspecified asthma with status asthmaticus. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Mild intermittent asthma with status asthmaticus. Nope, it didn't say whether it was mild. It just says spasmodic asthma. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This again, mild persistent asthma. No, we can rule that out as well. It didn't give us any mild or moderate or severe or even unspecified asthma, uncomplicated. It actually told us the type, the status was asthma with status asthmaticus. We don't know if it was mild, moderate, or severe. It just says spasmodic. So therefore, it's unspecified. Okay, so therefore, J45.902 will be our correct code. Okay. Next, we have congenital night blindness. Okay, again, the main term is a condition. So what is the condition in this statement here, in this diagnosis? Blindness. The condition, the patient has blindness. Just like this one in letter B, it was asthma. In letter A, atherosclerosis. So that's how you can differentiate between the main term and the subterm. Okay. So again, we have blindness. Okay. And of course, the subterm, what's the type of blindness? Congenital night. Okay. Okay, now let's go ahead and type congenital night blindness into our find a code here. We have several complete matches. Let's click on the first one. Oh, this looks like our diagnosis verbatim. Congenital night blindness. And it is. Okay. The other one is not unspecified. It did specify congenital. So it's not unspecified. It's not acquired, other, vitamin A deficiency, or abnormal. It is verbatim, quote unquote, congenital night blindness. So it's H53.63. Whoops. Okay. All right. So we just go back, make Make sure all is well in our chat room here. Okay. All right. So moving on to letter D, we have recurrent inguinal hernia with obstruction. Okay. Now, again, what was the condition? What does the patient have? A hernia. Okay. So the main term is a hernia. What type of hernia? Hernia inguinal. Have an inguinal hernia. Okay. And in this case, recurrent does not need to go with inguinal. It's the type of hernia, inguinal. The recurrent is just, it's not going to be a direct subterm underneath hernia, okay? So inguinal is a subterm. Now let's go ahead and copy and paste this diagnosis into our find a code to search for our code. Okay. Oops, see here. We have several matches for this as well. Let's go to this one, the first one. Like I said, clicking on the hyperlink is a lifesaver. So we have bilateral inguinal hernia with obstruction without gangrene recurrent. It doesn't say bilateral. It doesn't give us bilateral. It doesn't say both or two of them. Okay? So therefore, let's go to the second one. Okay, we have K40.31. We have unilateral inguinal hernia with obstruction, without gangrene, and recurrent. Okay, so that looks like our correct match. We have recurrent inguinal hernia with obstruction. We have inguinal hernia with obstruction, recurrent, and it is recurrent. Okay, now unilateral is just one. Okay, again, it did not specify whether it was bilateral, so it automatically defaults just one. It's unilateral. If our diagnosis says recurrent inguinal hernia with obstruction, that just defaults to one because it did not specify a bilateral. Okay, so therefore, and let's go back for kicks and giggles. Again, bi-inguinal hernia with obstruction with no. Again, we know we can rule out those that say without obstruction. Okay. Because we know this is with obstruction. Okay, so if you see me with, without obstruction or not specified, you can rule those out. Like without, like that's without obstruction, or not specified, things of that nature, is recurrent. And it was specified. It did say recurrent, so we can rule these out. Okay. All right. And again, it says with gangrene recurrent, but we have in our diagnosis here with obstruction. So we have to look for something that says with obstruction. You see what I'm saying? So this is how you differentiate and how you rule things out. Again, clicking on each. I know it takes a little bit of time and research, but it's helpful and it's beneficial in the end, especially in the real world. Okay. Okay. So again, K40.31. Again, unilateral. Again, one, because it didn't specify whether it was bilateral in our diagnosis. With obstruction, that's correct. Without gangrene, recurrent. Okay, again, because it did not specify if it was with gangrene. Okay, and if it was bilateral or not. So we automatically default for just one, sided inguinal hernia with obstruction, without gangrene, and recurrent. And that's it. Okay, so K40.31 is our correct code. Next, we have incomplete bundle branch heart block. Okay. So our main term, what does this patient have? Okay, if a patient came to you and said, okay, I have an incomplete bundle branch heart block. Main term, block. That's the condition. That's the heart block. It's a block in the heart. So basically the subterm, what kind of block does it have? A bundle branch heart. Okay, again, incomplete one would not be this direct subterm underneath the bundle branch heart will underneath the block. Okay. Okay, so that's how you differentiate and rule out main terms. Main terms, of course, the actual condition. What does this person have? A block. Okay, what does this person have? Asthma. What does this person have? Blindness. Atherosclerosis. Okay, a block. What type? Inguinal hernia. What type? Congenital. Whoops, I forgot. I left out night. I apologize. Congenital night. What type of asthma? Or what the status of it is status asthmaticus. Okay, cerebral atherosclerosis. Okay, bundle branch heart block. Okay, All right, now let's go ahead and find the code for, let's find the code for incomplete bundle branch heart block. Let's get rid of some of these pages here. Whoops. Okay, so it didn't pick it up. Let me go ahead and try to do it again. Copy and paste it again, rather. Oh, goodness. For some reason, not picking up. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to try to type it in complete bundle. My mouse is so sticky. Okay, so incomplete bundle branch heart block. It's almost like a tongue twister, huh? Incomplete bundle branch heart block. Try saying that more than once, huh? That's right. All right. So, okay, so we have 2 complete matches. Okay, so let's go to the first one. We have bifascicular block. Nope, that's ruled out because it doesn't say bifascicular block. Now let's go to the next one, non-specific intraventricular block. Non-specific intraventricular block, bundle branch block, otherwise specified. This is it. It's our bundle branch block. Okay, so again, this bifascicular block is ruled out because it didn't say if it was bifascicular. It just says bundle branch block. Okay, so this is our correct answer or code. Again, it's an I 45.4, not a 1. It's I. Remember to get those straight, or the system will not record it or pick it up. Okay, these will be looked at manually as well too. I always like to go in just to make sure. Okay, because sometimes the system will mark it wrong. If it does, I will override that. Okay, but again, make sure it's an I and not a 1. It's I 45.4. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well with you too. Okay, so let's get the code first for this one. Acute bacterial food poisoning. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, 1 complete match. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. Bacterial foodborne intoxication, unspecified. This is it. Bacterial foodborne intoxication, unspecified. Acute bacterial food poisoning. Okay, so again, that's A05.9. That's our correct code. And then, of course, our main term, what does this patient have? What condition? This patient has poisoning. Okay, so that is going to be our main term. Our subterm, what kind of poisoning? Food poisoning. Okay, that's going to be directly under poisoning. Okay, acute bacterial doesn't necessarily come directly underneath poisoning. We want to know what type, specifically type of poisoning. So for now, it's food. Okay, so that's the main term, poisoning. The patient has poisoning. What kind of poisoning? He has food poisoning. They have food poisoning. Okay, so that's how you complete the main term, subterm, and finding the code.